So, welcome back to Film Study, an all American podcast. In this episode, Monda and I discuss, I wouldn't even call it predictions, but just wants for episode 14. We discuss our wants for episode 14, so I hope you enjoy this conversation. Monda, what are your predictions
Okay,
for episode 14? Which we didn't get much. We literally got football. I think we only got one other character, like it was just Spencer, and then we got like a half a second of Olivia in Crenshaw colors.
and then you had a half a second of Coop at somebody's gravesite.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's what we got too. My predictions is that I need Crenshaw to beat the brakes off of Westlake.
I think they will.
And I think they will. I think that's the part where Spencer like lays Dane, is that his name?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Dane out. I would love it, even though Spencer will probably get a flag on the play for him to stand over Dane and like stay down. I would love for that to happen.
We would like to see it. You better avenge your brother slash, according to you humming the wedding song, like soon to be like actual brother-in-law.
Right. So you go ahead and put it and lay them out. And I think that Crenshaw, of course, will end up going into the playoffs from that. Liv is probably most likely on the phone with her mom and trying to figure out what's next and whether or not she's going to go to this game because whatever's going on of like the police and her terror around it, because I hope this is the last part of this plot line with the Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, hopefully. I think it's like this is it, and then after that it's gonna be like championships, college, and then it's just gonna go to college for the next
love and Friendsgiving.
Was it five episodes? Yeah, because it's 14.
19 is where they got. Then you have Coop at the gravesite, and that most likely she's at Sean's gravesite. I believe so. And for some reasons there's some guilt around Sean. It could be the anniversary of his death, or something of that nature that brings her to them, or her talking about Sean, I'm trying to blow up, I'm trying to do something, and she ends up that way.
Yeah, do you think this issue with Layla is going to persist? I think
a little bit it is, because we forgot to, because what we didn't talk about is that
I think we mentioned that she asked Preach to be her manager.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So Preach being her manager, there's about to be a clash between Layla and Preach.
Giving out Preach, and that's the thing, is like, sorry, I want to go back to because Layla was not rude. And I don't like it could be perceived as condescending, but again, no, I don't.
She was not.
I didn't get that vibe. Like she was just asking questions and necessary questions.
And for me, as a Black woman who's here for Black women, regardless of your age, that you be young, old, or however you want to claim your age, for you to come up and be ready and business savvy and have your research ready, I'm here for it.
Yeah, and to get like, and Preach is incredibly smart, but you can't show up and just be like, I made a t-shirt, I got t-shirts like this, I'm in charge of merchandising, give me $1,500.
Right. And then two, I don't know if Preach or Layla ever had an interaction prior to this. What was also too is that they have two different personalities that's going to clash instantly.
Yeah.
And so that in itself is going to be some drama. I literally, because we've all said we wanted to see Layla go up against her dad, right? When she, at the very beginning, when she was trying to get patients onto her label, but her going up against Preach and like, this is my lane and this is what I know and this is what I'm coming to know, so I'm willing to work with you if you can do it. If not, I'm gonna need you to step aside. I'm here for it. I'm here for Layla being on her boss move.
I agree.
Moves.
I agree
for that.
And as we know, Coop is talking about Jordan being impulsive. Coop is Crenshaw Jordan. Like Coop just does things without thinking, and just like she asked Preach to come and be her manager again. Like she just flip-flops on how she's feeling on the day.
And I don't think she told Layla that this was going to happen.
No.
So Layla's going to be surprised that that's her manager, which she has every right to ask people to be her manager. But you should talk to the person who's been serving as partial that role.
To that point about why this issue might persist, it's also because Coop, you know, like barely told her. She was just like, "Oh yeah, like let's talk to Preach," but it was basically like a done deal. And Layla was just like, "Hold on, like pump the brakes. Like you can't just hire somebody
Right.
without like us having a conversation about where this is going."
Right. I also am so what we didn't see in a promo and what we should get as a carryover is two things. So in the K and them, I'm putting y'all on watch. We
You
should
always
get
put her on watch.
I'm always
And
putting on watch.
congratulations to Homecoming getting picked up to series. Uh,
Congratulations.
and I
Yes.
also, I guess I'll add this on, but also the podcast has reached over 100 subscribers. I don't know why I'm thinking of all of these right now, but good things are happening in the All American universe and community. So there you go. Sorry, continue with what you were
Yeah,
saying.
we're gonna celebrate those subscribers in a little bit. But the I want two things to carry out. I want to know why the Layla friend all of a sudden showed up.
Yes.
I don't care how happy everybody is that Layla got a new friend. That girl scares me.
Yeah.
First of all, how did you get Layla's address?
That in the day you left rehab?
Right, and you showed up. You've been stalking her. I've said this all over Twitter.
And you got different hair? How did you get different hair?
Yes, like you go to a wig shop real quick and switch your look up so that you can be able to feel as if you like stay in Beverly Hills. So if you ever ran across any of her friends, y'all don't have to admit where y'all met. But why you just showing up at her door? And I was like, Layla, why you letting her in, sis? Like, please don't let her in. We don't know her yet. We don't know what she's done and
It was
what has
real,
transpired.
real
And
weird.
and do we really know if she like got out of rehab because they let her go or she escaped? Like we don't know this.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, where is her family? What? There's so many questions regarding that, and I know people are happy, but I'm like,
Y'all happy, but I'm scared, and I'm
I
not a
think we
little
gotta
fan.
I think we gotta wait. I think we gotta wait.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions.
So that needs to transpire. We need to figure out. And I need NK at some point, and that in it better not be episode 18, 19. I need Laura and Liv to actually do a check-in and have a real conversation
Yeah,
about what's going on. And it
agree.
should be in this 14th episode. It really should be a sit-down conversation of their passion around this topic and how both of them are approaching it. And how they move forward as mother and daughter, because we know Liv loves and admires her mother so much,
Yeah.
and she knows she has done wrong by her mother, and she wants, and she's apologized like on podcast, and she's kind of apologized in person, but they really need to have this conversation because Laura tried to check in on her as she was going, but Liv was like, I know I'm being more trouble than what it's worth, and she wanted to talk to her mom, but she didn't want to add more to her mother's plate at this moment. And I need that conversation to happen, because if Jordan and Billy can connect, even if it's just over football, I need Liv and Laura to connect, because otherwise Liv is usually on that island by herself and her mindset. And if you let my fictional baby sister just go, no matter, she gonna get in some kind of trouble. Let it be good, bad, otherwise, because
Yeah.
her mindset just goes. And that's what I love about her too, is that when she is in her moments, let people not like it or not, she's gonna do what she's gonna do, and she's gonna own to it though. She's gonna like, I did it. Like, what do you want me to say?
Yeah.
Right. But
Yeah.
I want that conversation between Laura, and I want that between Laura and Liv. And then above all, I need some clarity on some people's relationships.
Wait, your list is basically my list. But go
Right.
ahead.
We talk all the time, so we
We
got
talk about this, so but go ahead, go ahead.
so, and I want the clarity on some relationships. So I need some clarity on the big one. Everybody is what is Bolivia, and how all of a sudden Spencer can just say, hey, let's put my mom's like party together. When did we get
Hey,
there,
let's
bruh?
kiss in the kitchen again, even though nobody knows what we are.
What we are, what we talking about, bruh? Can I get what's going on with Jamone? I may not like Simone and I may not like Jamone, but what's
Yeah,
going
it's like she's in and out episode, out an
right?
episode. Like,
Right.
what's
Can
going on?
we, and I know we're probably going to get more of it closer to the homecoming backdoor pilot. I want to know, when is Billy going to actually tell his children that I have trauma issues
Yeah,
and memory issues? And when is Billy going to actually have a real conversation with his dad about what happened around his mom,
yeah.
going into her treatment and things of that nature? Because they keep bringing that up. And that's really
When is
like,
Billy gonna talk to Olivia? Pff, period.
right. Oh,
Have a
that's
just
never
to
gonna
have a
happen.
conversation with her,
Yeah,
unforced.
that's never gonna happen. So I'm not even worried about that anymore. And then my last one is when is Spencer and Jordan going to tell Billy that they decided to just go ahead and coach Jordan back onto the field when the
Yeah,
doctor
that
told
wasn't
him,
even brought up this episode,
yeah,
which
when the doctor
I
told
was
him to
confused
sit his
about.
behind down, sit down. Like,
Yeah,
I need to know those things. I'm not gonna get all of that in 14, but I really need to know them as we progress.
before the end of the season, which
Yeah.
after this break, like we said, it's straight through until the end. So we'll see. Hopefully, yeah, COVID caused a lot of delays and everything. So we'll hope get. I think it'll be more organized, like in the vein that 1 through 7 seemed
Mm-hmm.
very much organized. You know what I mean? Like it
Right.
was there weren't as many like holes because it wasn't as much of a rush to get them done because they were already pretty much like done. You know what I mean?
Right. It's interesting that Vaseline and Ashley storyline is like wrapped up in tight. Like we know that they're not going
Look,
anywhere for the moment.
everything makes sense except for the fact that she came to him one day and was just like, "I'm into JJ," and then that
Yeah.
disappeared the next
But
episode. But yeah, everything else up
everything
wrapped
about
up
this
tight.
storyline makes sense. They're the only couple that
Even
makes sense.
Asher's family, we talked about it like they didn't even get recast.
Right. Everything around Asher Worlds makes sense. But everything around everybody else's characters
Oh
so
my
left up in
god.
the air.
So frustrating, but
So left up in the
I
air.
have faith. I know that you don't, but I do. I have a little bit of faith that things will be more clear and more like tight in the last 5.
So, audience, here's what you need to know between me and Lexi. Lexi and I, we talk all the time. Email, Zoom, Twitter. You can find us talking everywhere all the
Yes.
time. Lexi has so much faith in this writing team that she's the reason why I get happy about certain episodes. She's the reason why I'm happy about Homecoming. I literally said on Twitter yesterday, okay, I'm having my faith in you, not the team, you. And because
The homecoming pilot, the behind the scenes pictures looked really, really good.
and so my faith is on Lexi, not in paying her team. It's on Lexi. And two is if anybody follow me, I said I'm happy about Homecoming because I'm scoping out new friends for Liv. Like straight up, that's all I'm going to the campus for is to look for new friends for my fictional baby sister.
And
So there, and I was thinking about this morning, and I was like, is keeping me watching this show? And it's because I have relationships like people like with Lexi and
oh,
and Jason, unfortunately,
not unfortunately.
and the rest of our crew, because it's a nice size of us. It's 6 of us, but it's also because of the people on Twitter and YouTube, because y'all keep me entertained. So
All the way
y'all
entertained.
keep me all the way entertained. So literally, if I am talking to you on Twitter and YouTube, know that I am having the best time ever because I am
Yes.
laughing my behind off because
Same.
y'all reaction and y'all passion around
It's just
couples
so
and
funny,
characters
like entertained for days.
for
Oh my god.
days. Like
And it gets out of hand. It gets out
it,
of hand. I
it
want
gets
to
out of hand, but
I'm
y'all are
like,
the
y'all are way too
funniest.
hyped about this show.
Yes, I said that's what's keeping me into it is you all. Like I start analyzing things and stuff based on things that y'all say and just kind of put some input in it. Some people still think I write for the show and consult for the show. I don't, because if so, it'd be a lot of things different on it if I did.
You were like,
But
if I did, Olivia would be happy.
it be very much happy. But I do want to say thank you to everybody who keeps me like entertained
Yeah.
onto this show because y'all are amazing.
And
But
thank you for the 100 of y'all who have
I
hit
think you're
that
at
subscribe
115
button.
now, sis. You're at 115.
Oh, thank you for the 115 who have hit that subscribe button. That's
Yes.
insane. It's so cool.
That's because
Yeah,
you're amazing.
big ups, big thank you to everybody.
That's because you're
Because this
amazing.
oh, thank you. It's the
Lexi is truly
community. It's the community.
Lexi is truly amazing because she puts up with us and we're a hot mess as a group.
I
So
mean, we are our Zoom got it was on 100
it was on
the
100 this
last
past
time.
Saturday. So for those of you, and can I say this before we end this
Yeah, well, I have, but all right, I'm gonna say that my prediction, the ones that you didn't mention, or ones
Okay,
rather.
I'll go ahead. Go ahead and do your prediction, and then I want to say
Grace
something.
and Carter. I need Carter to ask Grace out on a date.
Yes.
Also, I don't like that we got a reaction out of Layla seeing Spencer and Olivia, and there was no reaction from Asher. I still need Asher to come with some heat.
I don't think he knows about Vegas still. I still
But
don't
that's
think
but then Olivia said, "I know everything that's going on," but I guess it was just because they broke up and he assumed. But I don't know. I need Asher to find out some new piece of information, whether that's Vegas, whether that's actually seeing them together, like kissing or something. I don't know. I need a reaction
I
from
do.
Asher
And I need him to give
because
that
if
smoke
we're
to
getting a
Spencer.
reaction from Layla and Layla being sad or whatever about it, we need a reaction from Asher.
Right. And I need him to give all that smoke to Spencer. All that
All
smoke.
of it.
All that smoke to Spencer.
All of it.
Yes. Yes.
And I need Olivia, and she's not going to do this, but I need her to, yeah, let that bus be, let Spencer be under that bus because
Let
I
her
need
take
her to be like, listen, I didn't, just like she told Layla, I didn't tell him to say that. I need her to come with that same energy. I need
that
her.
same energy. Let him get that bus ran over. Right?
Yes.
Let him take it for the team because she's been taking so much for the team.
So much.
Him
So
take it for the
much.
team.
So anyway, that's what I want to see in addition to everything that you said. And yes, a come. We still need to come because I don't know where Spencer and Olivia are. But yes, all of the relationships need to be figured out. But go ahead. What were you gonna say?
My last piece is, and for those of you who keep complaining about the breaks, please go to Daniel Ezra's Instagram and his Twitter page, and he gives
Is it bad? I feel like that Twitter page is fake. Like it's just somebody pretending.
It's the same thing he put on both his Instagram and Twitter, and it's the apologies for the reason why there's a lapse. It's a very nice post to the fans.
I think the Twitter is fake. But
oh, you think the Twitter's a fake?
I think it is. I think he got it from the official Daniel.
Yeah, because at the end it's signed like by D or something or whatever. But
yeah,
but there's
the Instagram is real. The Instagram is
right,
real.
And it's the same thing on Instagram. It's the same post. So they talk about the pandemic and why there's gaps and things of that nature. So please, please, please own that, understand that. I understand you're not happy with it, but that's the life we're living in right now. We all know
don't fault the cast. Do not fault the cast. And the creators, NK is as much smoke as she gets. She is the final say on the All-American side, but she is not the final say as far as the network side. So if the network is just like, your episode is 45 minutes and it needs to be 42 minutes, cuts got to be made.
And then also this pandemic, because they still have regulations there. Yeah. So everyone still have regulations. So just own that and accept that. And then I also want to say this, and because I have a lovely people like, I want more football. We don't have football. Hello, this was never a football show. It's a team drama with football elements. I'm gonna need people to understand that. If you need more football, the NFL Network is available. Old games are available for you to go watch football.
Go on YouTube. Look up My Team is the Baltimore Ravens. Go look up some Lamar Jackson clips.
Yeah, mine is Dallas Cowboys, whatever. That's where you're going to get your football. But that's not what the show is. It's actually a team drama. Yeah. It's really about his teenage life and the people around it. And that's where the drama is going. And I say that because someone at me this morning when I was having fun with someone else, like, Manda, this is not good anymore. I'm tired of all this drama. I was like, what kind of show were you watching for the first 2 seasons? Because it was drama. That's all it was.
And to that point, really quickly, the elements of dealing with race and dealing with racism in the United States. This is about Black people. It's about Black families, and their different shades and colors. But it's about a young Black man going from Crenshaw to Beverly Hills. So race is inherently involved in that.
Right. And so this whole Black Lives Matter, just because that's the new tagline for paying attention to Black lives and Black bodies, note that this has been going on for years. It changes. That's how they look at it. So this was going to happen any way possible because this is dealing with a majority Black cast. and what they are experiencing as teenagers and adults in a real life / fictional life moment. And so I just need people to own that. And then lastly, I just want to thank those who have been and who have thanked me or said they liked our crew thread. Note that I wasn't the person that made our thread happen. I just started the post. People like Lexi, Jason, Kendra, Z, and Carmen Nicole are the ones is why that thread was amazing. So give all them the credit. I'm just a nut.
Carmen is amazing.
Yes, and she's amazing. So that's where I want to give that credit to, because people have been thanking me in various ways, but it was actually all of them, and I feed off their energy. So I want to give my love to all of them, and including Jason, so he can be happy.
Yes, including Jason. That's how we're ending this. We're ending it on thanks and gratefulness for this cool community.
Very much so.
Hope you enjoyed Monda and I talking about Ready or Not, which is episode 14 of season 3 of All American. Stay tuned for the next episode of Film Study. Take care.